You ever just mindlessly scroll on social media and then you end up scrolling on something that's a little more introspective? I know I do. Let's talk about it. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to the Sanctuary. TikTok, the app on almost everyone's phone that is probably at the top of their screen time. I also kind of called myself out there. So I'm sitting in my chair, working diligently and brainstorming, trying to find inspiration to write diligently. I start to scroll on TikTok for a minute. I think we all know where this is going, right? 1 minute turns into 10, into 45 minutes. And I scrolled on this one TikTok that said,
"You become the person that the child version of you would feel safe with."
I heard that and immediately went,
"We got an idea."
As all thoughts usually come in, I decided to process it and digest it and really try to understand what that meant. You know, the Drewski method.
What do you mean by that?
I started by asking myself, would the child version of me feel safe with me that I am right now? And me personally, I would say yes. The reason being is because when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a light. And I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to help make a difference in everyone's lives. Fast forward over 15 years, here I am making weekly videos, trying to better everyone, including myself still. But don't worry, it doesn't stop there. I asked my sister what she thought about this whole concept, and she was talking about how she agrees with the statement. She had also made a note that when she was a kid, she didn't feel like she was nurtured enough. So now she feels that she naturally is a very nurturing person because of the child in her that wasn't nurtured. Another person that I was talking to about this said that it's becoming more true with the current generations because they're becoming more aware of their actions and reactions and how to fix it in the future. If you're talking to someone from a previous generation, they might not really get that because some people stayed in the ways of their parents or people that they looked up to. Versus I feel like in today's society, we can change that. We're very capable and aware of making a difference. And I think part of being the person that you are when you're older comes from all of the past. For instance, my sister said she wasn't nurtured enough. Therefore, she has become a nurturing person. I also feel like part of it depends on who you looked up to. In my personal experience, I had two role models. I had one role model of who I wanted to be, and I had a second model of who I didn't want to be. I think some of you can guess the one I didn't want to be. That's right. I did not want to be my father. My father was very cold, distant, negative all the time. And I didn't want to be that way. I mean, the guy hated everybody. I'm not a hateful person. So I strive to be better. I strive to be loving. I strive to be caring. I strive to have a positive impact on everyone. And if I don't, I don't. It's not in my control. And I think we all know this. The second role model that I chose to always want to strive to be was Spider-Man. But that's enough Spider-Man. We got our weekly dose. We're good. I think looking back, when I thought about this initial concept, I thought about my past and who I was comfortable with and who I wasn't comfortable with. And it also got me thinking of this question that I asked myself. Am I everything that the child version of me envisioned to become? I would say unintentionally, yes. When I was a kid, I was not photogenic at all. Like, I hated pictures. I hated being in front of the camera. It was just a nightmare for me. Fast forward to now, the irony that I want to be an actor and that I make weekly videos where I'm standing or sitting in front of a camera talking to the vast universe or multiverse. But sometimes that's just how life goes. But I saw one person's reaction to the thought, and they were talking about how it made them realize that they needed therapy. And if that is the true case, I feel like the prompt kind of did its job. It made them realize, like, if the child version would feel safe with me, that's not a good sign. I need to change this. I also think that this prompt has something to do with the inner child. And there are things that we do here and there to help cater or show love to that inner child that we all have. I've actually been recently working on a video talking about the inner child. I don't know when it's going to come out or when I'm going to actually sit down and go through it, but I'm still doing the work, if you understand what I'm saying. The moral of this week's video: be the person that the child version of you wanted to be. Whether that means chasing your dreams, doing something that you never thought you would do it. And like the Iron Giant said, we are who we choose to be. That is a wrap on this week's video. Thank you for watching. I hope this gave some perspective as well as some inner thoughts on your end. Do you feel that you've become the person that the child version of you would feel safe with? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give a like. It is always so much appreciated here in the sanctuary. For mental health, dating, and everyday life advice, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, hit the notification bell for every week this lonely lover boy is on your subscription feed. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch every Wednesday night from 7 to 10. I actually didn't stream this past week because I've been away on vacation, and that will be next week's video once I come back. So if I didn't see you last week, I will see you next week, if that makes sense. Don't forget, June 12th is the Only Spring 22 collection drop. Please be sure to use code Aries for 10% off your order. I mean, it looks pretty sick. But for updates on videos and streams, please be sure to follow my socials, my Twitter and my Instagram. Again, links will be down in the description below, as well as Only merch, my Twitch link, and all the equipment that I use for each and every video. Thank you all so much for watching. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.